You are listening to the Hodges Huddle, where we discuss all things in the wide world of sports. Here is your KLSU sports team. Welcome into the Hodges Huddle, everyone. I'm your host, Jaden Smith. Today I'm joined alongside the Supermax contract free agent signing, Noah Saucier.
What's up, guys?
Decked out in the Saints gear, representing to the fullest. And to his left, we got the vet it is now, William Gilreath, decked out in the LSU hoodie. I like the representation today, guys. How we feeling?
And we got Jay with the Olympics on.
Yeah. I'm representing everybody. It's the Winter Olympics going on right now, so
Milan.
I had to.
Shout out USA. I was feeling very Mardi Gras coming up, so why not throw on some New Orleans gear?
Absolutely.
Felt appropriate.
I was just tired, so I put this on.
Well, the good thing is, purple and gold always looks good.
Oh yeah,
especially when it's LSU affiliated. But let's address the elephant in the room today. The city of Seattle is celebrating, having their championship parade as they are the champions. The winners of Super Bowl 60, they defeated the Patriots, Randall's Patriots, by a score of 29-13. I actually think my score prediction was pretty close. I think I said 27-13.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen the way I thought it would. But still happened nonetheless. Just what did you guys make of it? Where were y'all watching the game? Were y'all with friends? Just the whole spectacle. Because I always say the Super Bowl is more than just a football game.
It's a holiday, man.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's a holiday. I was watching it with my fraternity brothers. We were watching it at the frat house. It was a good time. Good game. Not really a good game, but it was a game. It's the Super Bowl. Who doesn't love the Super Bowl? It really kind of gave me that. I hate to bring this up. It kind of gave me like 2012 Natty vibes with LSU Alabama because it was just one team was just so dominant and the other was just like, man, what? Like,
well, the Patriots crossed Hatfield. So.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. They did. And they scored. They
did.
So for a second, I won my Super Bowl square when it was 29-7 and I was going crazy. And then Drake May decided to play football and that offensive line decided to play football and
oh my God!
And then I lost.
Actually, we're gonna talk about that. Actually,
Waited till the fourth quarter to finally play. I mean, what did I say on the Sunday show about that offensive line? What was gonna happen? I said Will Campbell.
They were gonna get
I said Will Campbell's gonna get 8 for lunch, and he became the meme of that Super Bowl, pretty
badly.
And
I want to say, Will Campbell's from same hometown as me, Monroe, Louisiana. So I've seen so many posts on Facebook, like from people that personally know him, went to school with him, people that didn't went to school with him, caping for him, taking up for him. It's just funny to see. Like, it's just funny to see a professional athlete and I guess it just reminds you that these are still people at the end of the day.
I think in that case, too, like, there is a little – he played bad. Like, that was bad. That's probably the worst
I think
game
he set, like,
life.
a record with, like, how bad. I think giving up the most pressures in the game.
And I think it was in playoff history, too. Throughout their 4-game span, I think he gave up 29 pressures.
Yeah, I mean,
so rookie block is a serious thing. I mean, it's the longest season he's ever had. He's dealing with that MCL injury, and he's got small arms, man.
Yeah, I saw about that MCL. How much do y'all buy into that?
I mean, I believe it. Considering how the year started for him, he didn't start like this. I mean, he actually looked good for a portion of the season, and you could see the decline after that MCL injury. I also think the fact that in that Super Bowl, they had 2 rookies, not only Will Campbell, but Wilson in the middle of that line. He did not hold it down either. So the lack of experience and the fact that they just did not seem ready on that offensive line, that didn't help the fact that the Seahawks already had a dominant pass rush. That just kind of made it easier for them.
And I don't think the Patriots' game plan helped. I don't think Drake May's play helped them out. I think they needed to get the ball out a lot quicker than they did. I don't know. I was watching some tape on it. Some former quarterbacks and NFL quarterbacks were doing some film reviews, and there were some easy reads that Drake May missed. And when he rarely had time to throw, he missed some easy throws. So it's not just on Will Campbell. It's not just on Drake May. The Patriots defense played pretty well in that first half. Christian Gonzalez played a heck of a game.
He's gonna get paid.
Big time.
Yeah,
he would have been MVP had they won that game
for sure.
That first half was one of the best first halves I've seen by defensive player in the Super Bowl, period.
Yeah, man, the pass breakup on that deep ball to Shaheed,
yes. And even that crossing route into the end zone where he fully laid out to the
what against JSN?
Yeah.
Well,
it wasn't
great play. I thought that ball was a little bit
It wasn't
late.
the greatest pass.
It was a little late, but absolutely
but,
great. Yeah, great instincts. And like I said, that play on Shaheed specific, that's the one that comes to mind for me. Like the timing of in which he jumped for it. Like, because if he jumped a second late, it'd have been a touchdown. But
shout out Rashid Shaheed.
Shout out Rashid.
Man,
good Super Bowl champ. Good for
Absolutely.
you.
I'm very happy for him. That was my favorite player for years. And I maybe shed like one tear when we traded him, but I'm very happy for him. I love my Saints wide receivers.
Yeah, it almost feels like the Saints won a Super Bowl.
Just a little bit.
In one way or another.
Just a little
No, not
bit.
quite.
Well, it's the closest they'll come for a long time.
Yeah. Well, I think we got like the easiest strength of schedule next year.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
we got and we got Shuck, man. We got Shuck.
Yeah.
We got.
Shuck to the promised land.
I'm not gonna say. I might get in trouble for saying that, so I won't say that. But y'all, if you know, you know.
Put me on record. Put me on record. Shuck will take us to the promised land at some point. I will go on record saying that. I believe it.
Absolutely.
I believe
it. With the Super Bowl, it's very unlikely that you see the Seahawks win the Super Bowl looking like the best team while doing it. But they're getting ready to change ownership. They're getting ready to sell the team. Like, how do y'all think that's going to impact them for next season to come? I think Darnold's going to get paid. I think Woolen's going to get paid.
Like, they got a lot of guys they got to pay.
Yeah. I think the defense might take a hit, but aside from that, I feel like it's not going to change too much.
Okay.
But they do have to pay a lot of guys.
The ownership situation is really weird to me. I can't name another time where a franchise won a championship and then the owners decided to sell. I mean, talk about selling high. Yeah. It doesn't get much. It doesn't get any higher than winning the Super Bowl. It is strange. I do kind of wonder what'll happen there. I don't know who's rumored to be in talks to take over. I don't think there's anyone right now. I think it's just.
I just saw like, and it was before they even got to the Super Bowl that they were like, yeah, we're gonna sell the team,
which is kind of crazy to me. Like,
it just
they
like
won 2 Super Bowls under this. The only Super Bowls. Under this ownership, so they did some good things.
Absolutely, and
but you don't want to win your second Super Bowl and have that under your name. It just feels like a very weird time, like Will said.
I don't know. Maybe they'll say quit while you're ahead. I don't know. Maybe
it's like stocks.
Yeah, maybe that's what he's doing. But I guess at the very least, he left it in a much better place than what he found it.
Yeah.
But
their owner died in 2018, and so it's staying with his family, and so I guess the family is selling.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the thing.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know how the owner would feel about that.
I still don't really. That doesn't really answer why.
I guess that does happen, but I feel like there has to be a lot to make you be like, yeah, we're gonna just sell the team. Like,
I feel like they're pretty private ownership. I don't know. It's kind of hard to be private when you're literally in the Super Bowl, but I never really heard much from them aside from the lady who is not the GM, or she's the what?
That's his
daughter?
sister.
Sister?
Jody Allen is the sister of Paul Allen.
Okay.
So yeah.
So they didn't sell the team yet, right? They're just
not yet.
No, I think it's unclear whether it's going to be like whole ownership. I'm trying to do some research on it, like or minority ownership that they're selling.
Right.
So that'll be interesting.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, well, we'll just have to sit by on that, and we'll see. Like Noah said, but let's talk about some LSU sports right quick.
Or we don't want to do. Y'all want me to stir the pot real quick?
Stir the pot.
I forgot you got to stir the pot.
Let's stir the pot really quick.
Boil some crawfish
while we're on the topic.
Yeah. I've been waiting to hear this hot take.
While we're on the topic of the Super Bowl, so Kenneth Walker III won Super Bowl MVP, right?
Yes, he did.
27 carries, 135 yards, great performance. I don't think he was the person who should have won the MVP, in my opinion. I thought it should have been somebody on the defense based on how strong they played, and I thought it should have been Devon Witherspoon. He led the team in tackles on the afternoon. He had the most pass breakups. He was barely targeted the whole game because he was playing airtight defense. And the fact that he was able to shift his main role from cornerback to a pass rusher changed the game entirely. He had 4 QB pressures, a sack, which he had 1 sack on the whole season before this. And he had the hit that led to, I guess, the interception. It was ruled a fumble in the play, but they changed it to an interception that led to the Seahawks getting that defensive touchdown that won them the game. So the eye test told me Devin Witherspoon. But I'm not saying Kenneth Walker was a bad pick. I just thought Devin Witherspoon was just on hold. That was the best game he's ever played.
What food's in this pot?
You know, what do you think is in the pot?
I don't know. I'm asking what food's in the pot.
It could be, I like tasso, you know, and I like a lot of pork and, you know, some sausage. Just like a gumbo, bruh. Just some good old.
I'll take the gumbo, but I'm a stir in the other direction.
Okay.
I think Kenneth Walker 100% deserved MVP. I mean, yes.
Witherspoon.
Witherspoon played great, but the runs Kenneth Walker was the only offense that game had for three quarters of the game. I mean, for either team. And also, I think it's very hard. Not that defensive players should not win Super Bowl MVPs. But it's hard because it's much more of a defensive effort. Like the Seahawks still win that game, in my opinion, without Devon Witherspoon. Mm-hmm. I don't think they win that game without Kenneth Walker. I don't think they score without Kenneth Walker. I mean, they would score later on, but that game was going nowhere offensively. They could do nothing. Mm-hmm. And Kenneth Walker, I mean, he had that 60-yard touchdown that got called back. If that doesn't get called back, we're looking at 190 rushing yards and a touchdown. I mean,
he only got that because that hole wouldn't have been there had that hole not.
Yeah, but I'm still saying, like, I think Kenneth Walker, the fact that he was their only offense and they kept going to him, and it's hard for running backs to have 29 carries. That is hard, especially against a pretty solid Patriots defense, a really solid Patriots defense. I just think it would have been maybe the kicker I could have seen winning it too, but for me it was Kenneth Walker was a no doubter.
Man, under no circumstance should the kicker ever win.
I'm just saying,
I know. Yeah.
I'm just saying because
he scored more points than their whole team, the whole Patriots.
That's
team.
cool.
But
who got him there?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I thought it should have been K9 as well. Yeah. It's kind of the same point. The game was pretty boring for a very good stretch of it. But every time I did look up, it was a Kenneth Walker play. It was a Kenneth Walker big run here, big run there, him out of the backfield here. And I think that just kind of screams MVP to me. But absolutely, I think Devon Witherspoon makes a very compelling argument.
He played a great game, but there were so many Seattle players on that defense to where I don't even know if he was their best defensive player.
And I think Devon Witherspoon's, that sack, it's absolutely what sealed the deal.
Yeah.
But I think even if you take that play out of the equation, which, you can do that all day, I guess, but I think still the Seahawks win that game. I think Kenneth Walker was more integral to
more valuable
that game than Devon Witherspoon was.
It could go either way. I was
and
watching.
Plus, offensive players always get bonus points
all the time. Yeah. I'm always rooting for the defensive players to even win an MVP. There's been 10 that won a Super Bowl or Super Bowl MVP. So I'm always watching defense. I'm a defensive guy. I take defense over offense.
Now I'll tell you a guy who should have gotten MVP. That's a defensive guy, Stephon Gilmore.
Oh yeah,
100%.
He should have got. Who got it that year? Was it Edelman? No, it wasn't Edelman.
That was 2018.
It was 2018.
That was
was it Brady?
I think it might have been Brady.
Might have been Brady.
Which is crazy. They scored 13 points.
Yeah, that's insane.
No, that was the year Edelman.
That was Edelman?
No, Edelman was 28-3.
No, that was Brady.
No, that was Brady.
Oh no, you're right.
Edelman
so
was
Edelman won it
13-3.
that year?
Yeah. Okay. I'm going crazy.
Yeah.
I got him flip-flopped.
But yeah, I know I'm in the minority here, but that was, for me,
he played a great game.
What stood out more than anything. And I want to reiterate one more time. Kenneth Walker had a phenomenal game, and Sam Darnold threw the ball second most times he's thrown it all season. He threw 38 passes.
Yeah,
he's only thrown it one more time. He's only had a game where he threw it more times, and that was against Los Angeles. I want to say week 8, and he threw it 44 times.
Good Lord.
And he went exactly 50%. So, the offense wasn't clicking with Darnold, and they gave it to K9, and he had a great game.
Yeah.
And for me, my focus when I'm watching games is more than often the defense, especially in a game like this. So that's my argument. But good takes, guys.
Yeah.
Good takes.
Will, you look, you're zoning out,
Will,
man.
like-
Let's talk about your guy.
I'm thinking about that, and that's
Yeah.
what's got me sad.
Will, for all that don't know, Will's guy
whoa,
is
Big
Matt McMahon. Will's a big Matt McMahon guy, or he was.
He's a very good dude. He's a very great guy.
I feel like every time we talk about LSU basketball, that's the first
Your
thing we
only
say.
argument.
That's y'all.
It's not even an argument. It's just
a fact.
that's kind of
But
like
Say it, Will. I want you to say it. Say it.
I mean, I said it a couple weeks ago. I'll say it again. Like
There's 2 words
this
you need
is.
to say.
Well, he's gone after
There you
this
go. That's
season.
the 2 words.
I mean, that's pretty. He should be gone. There are a couple potential issues. The fact that LSU's paying so much in buyouts right now, I'm not sure if they're going to, and contracts. I don't know if they can financially, if they even care enough to fire him with how little people seem to care about this basketball program anyway. But yeah, he's not done enough for me to want to give him a 5th year in the 4 years he's been here. But also, like, this program needs a complete reset. It needs more funding from LSU, from the administrators, from the athletic administrators. They need more NIL money. They need to rebuild some of these facilities. They need to redo some of these facilities. I mean, it's bad. And they need to go out and actually show a commitment to this program. Joe Oliva got very lucky with the Will Wade hire. He got very lucky. And Will Wade was doing great things, and I understand that they had to let go of Will Wade. And you bring in Matt McMahon, who in this current day and age of SEC basketball, a coach that's going to come in and he's going to recruit freshmen, and it's going to take him 2 years of hardships and lessons, and then year 3 and 4 they're really going to click, they're really going to play well, and they're going to develop a lot. It doesn't work anymore. It's not going to work in this day and age of SEC football or SEC basketball, excuse me. So now Matt McMahon, as a coach, either has to adapt his coaching style, which isn't really happening.
Yeah, that don't just happen.
Or LSU needs to adapt, and LSU's not adapting. Watching that game on Tuesday was painful.
Oh, you watched it?
I watched it. No one cared. They lost by 29. Should have lost.
Did
by
you go?
30.
You went to the game, or you?
No,
just watched it?
I watched it.
Sad at home, sad.
I watched it on my phone, but I mean, 2 years in a row. All right, year 1. If we look at year 1 of Matt McMahon, that year doesn't count in my opinion. You could put an asterisk on it. All right, they had no one. I mean, they had Mwani Wilkinson was the only returning player. Do you guys remember Mwani Wilkinson?
Faintly.
Yeah, exactly. Year 2. You get a little bit of they won 9 games in SEC play.
Yeah.
The only reason they didn't make the tournament was because how bad they were out of conference. They lost to Nicholls State at home.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Last year, again, team was terrible. Did not invest in the program at all. And that was the best the SEC has ever been. So I'll give them that too. But at no point in time are we seeing this, like, he's not giving you confidence. Like, something needs to change. Nothing has changed. They finally invest a little bit into the program. I think they need to invest more. They go out and they get a guy like DJ Thomas, who's, I don't want to say he's quit, but he's hurt. And if they're winning, is he more willing to play through this lower leg injury? Maybe. I don't know. Kansas is winning. Darren Peterson's not really playing through that injury. So I don't know what's going on with DJ Thomas. But like, this feels like it's his best roster. And I get it. They lost their leader in Jalen Reed. He tore his Achilles. I get it. That sucks. But it's basketball. Like, your season can't just end because one player goes down.
Yeah.
It feels like he's giving up.
It's like there were 6,000 people allegedly in the PMAC last night. I don't know about y'all, but looking at these pictures, I don't know, were there even like 2,000 people? When you're a big name brand like LSU and you've been in NCAA tournaments and you have alumni like Pete Maravich, Bob Pettit, Shaquille O'Neal, like Ben Simmons, like Tyrus Thomas, Nas Reed, Tremont Waters, Skylar Mays. You have all these like prominent basketball players. You've made it to Final Fours, to Sweet 16s. You had Dale Brown coach you for so long. Like, there should be a sense of expectation. There should be people in the state of Louisiana, in Baton Rouge, that are demanding more from this program. I don't know if people care enough about what's happening to this program right now. I really don't. People came back in the door under Will Wade, and once Will Wade left, everyone turned it on. And I will say this. I said this last year. I'll say this again this year. Maybe if they had more support, it would be different. But regardless, Matt McMahon's tenure is likely over. It is likely over. It's unfortunate because you feel like you always want someone to succeed, but this LSU program is now at a low point. Back-to-back years, they're sitting with South Carolina in the bottom of the SEC. Back-to-back years, they're getting blown out by everyone they play. I mean, 2 SEC wins, and it's against a pretty decent Missouri team and South Carolina. And in that South Carolina game, they probably should have lost that game. I'm tired of watching this team. I am. And I really don't want to sit through another year where we play nobody in the out-of-conference schedule, go 14-1, go start 12-1, and then go 2-9 in the SEC. I don't know. Like, do you guys watch those games?
Yeah, sometimes.
It's terrible basketball.
It really is.
Like, the basketball isn't exciting to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really hard to want to fund a program seeing how terrible the attendance is. First off, you walk into the stadium and you could probably talk to somebody across the court with how empty it is. That's how empty it is in there. When I was at the Georgia game,
I think you can get in with no credentials.
You could probably get in with no credentials. 10 minutes before the game, they had the typical yayas that sit at the bottom and they all dressed out, and then they had people at the top. Aside from that, that's the saddest student section I've ever seen. People don't show up. The student support is arguably the most important part of the whole stadium, of the whole environment, and you can't even get the students to show up.
Yeah.
That is sad, and it's hard for the school to want to fund that, seeing how terrible the culture is right now, and it's almost similar to how LSU was under Brian Kelly, the football team. People left in the second quarter of games that we were playing. We let Texas A&M take over our student section. That is the saddest thing I've ever seen. That's more sad than the basketball student sections.
Yeah.
That has me hot just to think about.
Yeah.
And the fact that every single game we somehow managed to get worse. The Georgia game, we started off that game looking the best we've played all season. I would argue that. Max McKinnon looked like he was going to have 30-plus to start that game. Rest of the game, terrible. Second half, we went 0 for 7 from 3. We shot 25% from 3 on the game. And it was almost the same story against Arkansas, except it was the whole game. We, in the last 2 games in the second half, we are a total of 1 from 18 from 3 in the second half. 1 for 18. That is like 9%, if my math is right. And we can't keep Michael Nwoko out of foul trouble. That's the probably big guy that we need. I don't understand. And Matt McMahon just does not seem adamant to make any type of change at all. I asked him about, what do you got to do to keep Nwoko out of foul trouble? Well, you saw South Carolina game. He was in foul trouble, and, we were able to get him some baskets, blah, blah, blah. And tonight he just, got that 4th foul, took him out. He went right in, got that last foul, took him right back out. Like, he didn't answer.
Yeah, he's just telling you what happened.
Just telling me what happened, and, I don't feel motivated. These guys don't seem motivated. When I was in the presser with Max McKinnon and Pablo Tamba, they just looked dead. and I get it's hard to want to play right now, but the best, even like good coaches, they make you want to at least seem like you want to play after a loss. These guys don't want to play. That's what it seemed like to me. And it's just bothering. It's really bothering. And, I know, like you said, worried about a payout, spending money, but I think we're past that point, to be honest. And I think he's gone. I think his time has come. I think his time came a while ago. And we need to get a winning culture back at LSU basketball because we tried it with McMahon. We were, I'm not going to say on the brink of having it a couple years ago in the SEC, but
there was progress.
There was
some hope.
And all that progress has just went right down the drain. We didn't make a single mid-range shot against Georgia. Not one. How was that possible? That doesn't make any sense to me.
It starts when I'm not going to go there. But I will say this, like the financial thing is going to be it is going to be interesting to see, even if they do.
I saw LSU athletics. Like, I guess the numbers from last year just came back out. They in the green.
Yeah, they got money, but
yeah,
it'll be like $8 million to buy out McMahon because he's got 4 years left. So $8 million to buy out McMahon.
Gosh,
another $2 million for his staff. Then they got to go and they got to get a new coach, and that'll be $8 million. Then they got to go and get that staff, and that'll be $2 million. Then they got to go and get a roster for that coach. And if they want a serious coach and a big-time coach, that'll be another couple million. So
this is just playing the slow game.
From an LSU administration standpoint, like it begs the question, like I think this year the hope was, okay, we'll give a little bit of money, build a roster, and like let's see some improvement. Let's go from 3-13 in SEC play to like 7-9.
Yeah.
Let's go 7-9. Like let's see some growth, and then we can give you even more. That hasn't happened. They've had games where they've played good. Like I said, the basketball is terrible. Against Arkansas, they played well.
They almost won.
This is the issue they have, and now it's turned into an even bigger issue. But when they first started out SEC play, they would give up 50 points a quarter. They would go one half of the game, first or second, they'd give up 50 points.
Mm-hmm.
And the second half, the other half, they'd play good. It'd be like, whoa, this team can compete. Now that second half team has just disappeared completely. So I don't know. The season's over. You're not making the tourney. It's not happening. Maybe they go on some magical run. Maybe DJ Thomas comes back. They go on some magical run. They win some games in the SEC tournament. By the way, Matt McMahon has only won one game in the SEC tournament since he's been here, which is a whole nother thing. But the LSU athletic administration is going to have a decision to make, and it's, do we want to overhaul this basketball program, or are we comfortable letting things sit, maybe try to invest even more, a little bit more, in hopes that we get better. I'm not sure what they do. I don't get paid enough to do it. That's not my job.
When you win on the boards, especially on the offensive boards, you normally have a pretty good chance of winning, right?
They don't do that. This team gets... They have no physicality.
Hold on.
They don't rebound.
Will, you want to know how many offensive rebounds we had against Arkansas and we lost by 30? We had 21 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, but how many missed shots did they have?
A whole lot.
Yeah,
and
that's rebounds.
We get offensive rebounds and we can't capitalize off of any of that. We can't make shots. Like, things don't change. Things haven't changed in the last 3-4 games, even against, like you said, South Carolina.
Well, that's not what I'm more upset about. Is like I accepted after the Mississippi State game, this season was just going nowhere. What I'm more upset about is like we haven't seen any change from last year, because last year's team is like, all right, they had Cam Carter, they had Jordan Sears, like they could score, they couldn't defend, they couldn't rebound, they were getting out physical, out everything. And now it's a very similar situation this year. They still can't defend. Sure, they get 21 offensive rebounds against Arkansas. Now they can't shoot. And I mean, it's like an effort thing to me. And if they're gonna keep him another year, I really hope they finally say, go out and pay Power 5 players. Max McKinnon's doing great for LSU. All right, that's one. KJ Williams was great for LSU when he was here that year. But outside of that, like, they keep going out and they get these guys that were kind of
we keep finding 3 stars.
Exactly.
That's
2 or
the problem.
3 stars.
And I hate to use it like that, like a sort of derogatory term, but that's just the fact of the matter. We cannot hang in the SEC, and whoever's in control of making sure we can hang is okay with us not being able to hang. They are okay with just being the brand. Like, I get it. LSU athletics is all about the brand. But, like, at the end of the day, like, the product has to matter too. And you can't get, like, what's the point of DJ Thomas being in that whole Nike thing with LSU? I actually think he's going to sit out the rest of the season.
Me too.
I don't think we're going to see DJ Thomas again this year. And I'm not going to say that these guys are quitting or anything like that, but it is hard to be on a team that's constantly losing, getting blown out, getting embarrassed. Your own students don't come to the game. I don't know how many more souvenirs they can advertise to people.
They can.
To get them to come. Like, I don't care about the little yellow jersey, cute, cool, whatever. I'm not going to the game.
It's so ironic that, like, the last giveaway they did, it was a sweatshirt that said "win" on it. Like, what?
They should put "try" on it. Let's try to win.
Participate.
But yeah, this is sad, but I'm kind of on the same train as well. Like, it's just a cycle. They do this every year. They play absolutely nobody for a month and a half, and the minute they even sniff SEC competition, they look like some JV people. I don't know. It's absolutely ridiculous. But the administration is clearly okay with us just being a football and baseball school. That's the moneymaker. And I think that's just the hill that they're going to die on. They are more than comfortable making their money there. And if we're good in basketball, so be it. But let's talk about just a little bit a good basketball program here at LSU. The women's, they didn't beat Texas last Thursday. It was a very good first half. But, I think they kind of just lost it at the end. But with that being said, they got an even bigger task coming up this weekend. Probably going to be the game of the year. I think College Game Day is going to be here.
Yeah.
And that's against South Carolina. Malaysia Fawali's homecoming. How are we feeling about that matchup?
I think, I'm more confident than what maybe people feel. I think this is a home court advantage that feels nice. And it was a tough loss against Texas, but we've beaten Texas, who has a statistically better defense than South Carolina. I think Texas is 7th ranked defense in the nation. We beat them once. South Carolina is 16th ranked, and we could beat that. We have, by a pretty wide margin, the best offense in the whole nation. We can beat elite defenses. We've done it multiple times during the season, and that home court advantage this time around is going to make a big difference. I know last time South Carolina came to town, that game came down to the wire.
Wow.
And that was one of the probably best games that's ever happened at the PMAC. But it's going to be a similar thing. I think that Malaysia Fawali, the script says she'll probably be the one to win the game. I think that would be a pretty good script. But first thing, we need to shoot better, especially in the second half. I don't want to see another 1 for 11 stat line from anybody that is a starter.
From anybody, period. And forget shooting. Before we get to getting shot, first of all, let's get shots off. Let's run some sets. Let's stop running ball screen, hoping somebody eventually gets over. The Texas game was driving me crazy. Like, we doing the same thing every possession, thinking it's gonna work. Remember what I talked about on the Sunday show? What that's called?
So yeah,
lunacy. That's called lunacy. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. It does not work like that. And you are not going to beat elite teams, especially teams that are coached by people like Don Staley, doing the same thing over and over again. Like, run some sets. Let's stop using one side of the court. I don't know what it is, why all of our guards love to only use the left side of the court. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if they don't got a right hand or what, but there's some small things that we need to straighten out. I think there's too many times I watch us play, and I say, boy, if we don't get hot here, we're going to be in trouble. Like always, and I think that's sort of a problem that our success is so predicated on us just being high flying. You got 20 points, you got 20 points, you got 15 points. Like your team is just not going to have that every night. They're not going to have that stat line every night. And there's going to be times where you're going to play against great teams like this where you're just going to have to grind wins out like that. And I think when we find ourselves in games like that, those are the games we typically tend to lose, and those are the games that give us the most trouble. But what do you think, Will?
I mean, I'm just excited about this game. I mean, it's
did y'all snag a ticket?
No.
I know they were doing like the first come, first serve.
I have to work, so I can't even make it. That's the sad part.
I know I put my request in, but I got to see if I got one.
I'll be watching from the couch probably.
I'm excited for this game. This is it feels very similar to LSU Bama in 2023, the year they won at home. Last time we beat them, 2023.
Oh, that game.
That was
okay.
22.
22, where like that there's this losing streak to a team. LSU we haven't beat South Carolina in 17 years. Haven't beat them at home just as long. I mean, it feels like this could be the year. Like it feels like the stars are all aligned.
Yeah.
But again, like you just said, something's gonna go wrong. We know it. I mean, they're gonna go one side. They're not gonna run the sets. They're gonna get flustered. They're gonna go through these periods where, quite frankly, Kim might get out coached. She will get out coached. So I'm a little hesitant to say, oh, it's the year. Absolutely. But I feel like this team has more belief that they could beat South Carolina than any team they've had since Kim got here. I feel like this team was almost built with the sole purpose of we're going to go and we're going to beat South Carolina. Malaysia Fulwiley, I think she's either going to have the best game of her life or she's going to have the worst game of her life.
Yeah.
I think Michaela Williams is either going to have the best game of her life or just an average game. Michaela Williams, I don't think she's capable of playing a bad game.
Yeah.
Anyone got some wood I can knock on?
Well, not anymore. But yeah, her game is just so polished now.
Yeah.
It just,
At this point in time.
Yeah.
So I think this will be a great matchup. I really do. Did y'all see the get-in price is $120?
Yeah.
For a ticket.
Yeah.
It's a regular season game. Yeah. It's $120.
High stakes.
for a women's college game.
It's gonna be great.
And we thought that Texas game was big at home. Like that doesn't even sniff this. Not even a whiff.
It's on primetime ABC.
This
This
is
is up there with like college football primetime.
Yes.
So
yeah, and hope we can pull it off. That like all you can do is hope, honestly.
Yeah. Just hope, and like Will said, hope that this roster that we went out and got paid off. Yeah, I just want to see them do it. I want to be able to graduate saying I saw LSU beat South Carolina. But let's wrap up the LSU Sports Talk with a little baseball preview. LSU baseball, the defending champions, are set to open the season this weekend against Milwaukee with a weekend series. Just how are y'all feeling about that? Are y'all excited? You missed it. It's been a while, man. The weather's supposed to be nice, so it's gonna feel good to see him back in Alex Box.
you want to talk about rosters built?
This is
This is a roster that was built.
like
Yeah.
Jay Johnson is easily like without a doubt the best recruiter in the whole nation.
Oh, he's the best coach in college
and just
baseball.
like he does everything. P like he's not getting touched.
I'm not saying this team is going to repeat. I'm not saying they're going to go back to Omaha. I'm not saying this is going to be the greatest season in college baseball history. I'm not saying any of that. But when you look on paper, this roster is more complete. It is the best roster that Jay Johnson has built since he's been at LSU. They don't have the stars like they had with Skeens and Cruz.
Right.
They don't have the two best pitchers in the country like they did with Kate Anderson and Anthony Ianson. But they have the depth. They have a complete team. They have a lineup that 1 through 9 scares you. They can all contribute. They have a bullpen that any guy can come out at any given time, and you feel like they can easily get you those 3 outs you need. They can get you out of that jam. They have starters that you feel like can set the tone. This is the most confident I feel like that I've been in a roster outside of when we had Paul Skeens and Dylan Cruz. But as a they might not have the stars, but they have the guys. And you'll see as the season goes on, you'll see just how good this team is. There'll be moments this year where it's like, all right, well, this can't happen. Like last year when we got swept by Auburn, and everyone's like, oh, season's over. Well, we went on to win the Natty. It's baseball. It's a long season. But I really do believe that this team is good enough to get the job done. When you look at the pitching they have with Schmidt, they got Kason Evans. They get Guidry back. He'll come out of the pen. They still have Zach Cohen. They've got
Maverick Rizzi.
They got Maverick Rizzi, who is just a gigantic human being if you've ever seen him.
He's like a Chase Shores.
He's huge. They get Curiel in the outfield. They have Jake Brown back for another year.
Aaron Beatty's supposed to be that guy behind the plate.
Didn't Jay Johnson say earlier that Cade Aaron Beatty had the best preseason of anyone on the roster? I mean, this is a dominant team. I'm probably forgetting names. They bring in Zach York. You want to talk about another gigantic human being? I mean, Brock, I know you've seen these guys. I don't want to get in a fight with any of them. I don't want to get in a fight with anyone. I especially don't want to get in a fight with Maverick Rizzi, who's like 6'10". Matt McMahon, you might want to call him up. Maybe get you some rebounds. Or
Zach York,
because that dude might eat me alive.
Zach York is 6'2", 295.
Yeah.
Hey, there's one guy y'all are missing. He got hurt last year. That's
Gavin Guidry.
Well, no, him and Devin Sheeran.
I
don't know if y'all hear that name. I'm not joking. He's as big as Maverick Rizzi, and he throws 100. So just watch out for that guy.
Isn't Cooper Williams back too?
Yes. Yep. We got so many people coming back, and I'm gonna do the opposite of well. I'm going to say we are gonna make Omaha. We are gonna go back to back.
Okay.
This is. I don't want to say a no-brainer, but I'm with Will. Out of all the
favorites.
Yes. Yeah. Out of the rosters that we've had in my time here since Jay Johnson has started here, this is the most depth we had. This is similar to Seattle Seahawks, who just won the Super Bowl in terms of depth. And I think that our pitching, like Will said once again, we had Cade Anderson, Anthony Eisen back-to-back last season. We're not going to have that 1-2 superstar punch, but the consistency that we're going to have on our Thursday guys, our Friday guys, even our Tuesday guys is just going to be next to none in the country. And I wouldn't be surprised if we went back-to-back. Not easily, but we're gonna have moments. But if it did happen, and I just can't stop thinking about Zach York. That is a crazy guy. Have you seen this guy, Jay?
Not in person. No. Have you?
Not in person, but
you mean seen him play? No, I haven't gotten a chance to, but I look forward to doing that, man. Before I get up out of here, I want to see another LSU program win a national championship. There's something about watching your school do that on TV. I really can't even put it into words, but
I shed a tear.
Exactly, but it's even better when your team is the favorite. Because when they did it last year, I didn't think they'd win it last year. I thought they had a really good team. I just didn't see it in the cards. And then the whole Arkansas game, I thought we were dead in the water with that. But I think this, from the way I'm hearing y'all talk, this could go on record as being one of the best college baseball teams of all time. I don't want to put that on anybody's shoulders. So Jay Johnson, don't get mad at me. I'm not putting any pressure on y'all, but you're definitely working with something special this time around. If
Jay Johnson wins it again, where does that put him in comparison to Skip?
He's got a while. He's got a while. Jay Johnson is the best coach in current college baseball, but until he gets, what was it, the five that Skip got, he can't. And
then you look at the length in which it took Skip to get those five. It was this year, okay, not this year. This year, not this year. This year,
just pure dominance in the 90s. Yeah.
And the crazy part is Skip completely turned a program that no one cared about, that was dead in the water, that was never relevant, and turned him into the powerhouse.
Yeah.
I feel like Jay Johnson is kind of like a Skip disciple right now.
Yeah.
This
And I think-
it feels
yeah.
like we have Skip Bertman again.
Yeah, and talking about the frequency at which Skip won those rings, it seems like Jay Johnson is pretty much on his way.
Yes.
He's on
won,
track.
23 and then 25.
Yeah.
Could potentially do it this year. Probably going to be the favorites to do it this year. So I think, was that you asked question? Yeah, if he wins it this year, I mean, prepare to hear that conversation
Yeah.
because people love to do that.
One of my favorite people we brought back as well, Chris Stanfield. Good old Chris Stanfield. He was going into the MLB. I think he didn't get drafted, and then Jay Johnson was like, "Do you just want to come back and play again?" And he was just like, "Oh, why not?
Yeah.
I'll come play again." And keeping that veteran outfield piece so clutch.
He
And-
is. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say he's just severely underrated, and Jay Johnson is going to be able to. He didn't have any pop last year. I don't think that's crazy to say, but Jay Johnson, if he can get him to get some pop, Chris Stanfield is going to be one of those extreme standout guys. Like he stood out last year, but Stanfield has a chance to be like that guy in the outfield this season.
He was one of the most important players on that team last year because of the fact that he could get you an extra base hit like that. I think what did he have, like 9 triples last year?
Yeah,
He
led the team.
He was crazy. I think at one point in the season he led the nation in extra base hits. I think
just couldn't get out.
I gotta go back but I mean that outfield, an outfield of a veteran guy like Chris Stanfield, a veteran guy like Jake Brown,
Cajun freak.
a Derek Curiel that's gonna play center field this year.
John Pearson.
He's not gonna start,
but he's not going to start. But I'm saying, like, if we need him,
guys that can come in the
Sounds like
midweek.
Jay Johnson. He didn't cut any corners.
No.
Like he's bringing back everything he need 10 times over.
You know why basketball doesn't have money? It's because this baseball team's got money.
Yeah, and that's what I said. Like they're gonna be okay with baseball and football being their moneymakers.
We forgot about Seth Dardoff too.
And I guess
Yeah.
when
DJ Primo. It's another.
bro, this team is. It's gonna be fun to cover this team. I'm talking about watching. It's gonna be fun to cover this team.
We didn't even talk about Milam either. My short king. I love you, Milam.
Yeah. But yeah, let's wrap up with some more NCAA talk. This has been a pressing issue for the last, month and a half, and it's super annoying. Let's just nip this in the bud right now. This Trinidad Chambers situation refuses to go get a job, refuses to seek employment. He wants to remain a collegiate athlete. He got denied again by the NCAA, an eligibility appeal. This time he's trying to say from his Ferris State days, he wanted like that 6th year. Just what's y'all whole take on the thing? Do y'all fault him for would y'all do the same thing? Is it time to get a job?
I don't fault him. I fault the system that allows it. I think there should almost be an age limit created now. I know there's now a 28, 29-year-old guy that's going to play college football next season. Miami had a guy a couple years ago, played his 9th year in college football. I mean, I get it. You want to hold on to that dream as long as you can. I don't fault Trinidad Chambliss. I don't fault Charles Bedioko. I don't fault any of these guys. Amari Bailey. I don't fault them. Well, I do kind of fault
maybe
him.
Amari Bailey.
Yeah, that one I do fault him. But again, the system is terrible. The system has allowed this. The system has damaged college athletics. The NCAA is not policing this correctly. They're very inconsistent with this. I was not a proponent of giving Diego Pavia another year of eligibility last year. I'm not a proponent of giving Trinidad Chambliss. Not because I don't think they should be able to play, but it used to be you had your 4 years. If you had to redshirt, you had to redshirt. If you get injured, you tear your ACL, you only played 1 game. I get that. But, guys, like, Trinidad can go play football, and he can go try out for an NFL team. Like, he's only going to get a year older next year. So the likelihood of him being a good NFL prospect, again, is decreasing. I mean, I know the Saints just picked up 26-year-old Tyler Shuck, but like that's the first. That's a rarity. So it's not like he's going to be using that next year of eligibility to boost his draft stock or anything like that. It's a way for him to make more money.
Yeah, Chambliss, I feel like, bro, you won like 3 back-to-back championships with that team you were on before you went to Ole Miss. Like, you proved yourself. And you had you were leading the charge most of the season for the best season in program history for Ole Miss. And I don't get why, now that you lost your head coach, now that you're losing all of these very important coaching pieces,
you want to stay.
Why do you want to stay and not go to the draft where you could prove yourself even more than you already have at this level that you're playing at? It just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't think Chambliss should play another year. Like Will said, it would only hurt him. And he's never been injured either. Like, he's never had like an injury bug. I get it.
They say it was an illness.
Yeah, exactly. It just doesn't make sense. It's not like this guy, the Montana guy, who started, which this is still crazy, but he was at USC in 2018. He had like an ACL injury or knee injury or something, missed that season, had another year-ending injury the next year. Same thing happened the third year. He played like 7 games and then got another injury, illness, whatever it was, and then he played the next season, and then now he's on Montana. He's 25, and he's played 3 somewhat seasons. And that's a very extreme case. Chambliss is not touching that. And even still with the other guy, like, that's a little crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you go from having a 25-year-old starting up against 18-year-old kid.
Which is,
that's ridiculous to me.
Yeah. And I think there's definitely got to be something done about this, because I think letting these players just, no, I want to stay. No, I don't want to go. I want to stay. I think we're forgetting that the goal is supposed to be to get to the next level. These players are moving backwards. Like, everything, I always say NIL is a blessing and a curse, because I think this is only happening because of the ability to stay in college and make more money. But I just do not think it's worth it. Like, that probably few million more that you would be getting in college, as opposed to going and being a quarterback for an NFL team. Like, that is invaluable experience. Those are invaluable reps that you will not get at Ole Miss. And to Noah's point, why would you want to come back to a lesser situation than what you started in? Lane Kiffin's not going to be there.
You're not going to win 13 games.
Yeah,
again.
I promise you that. But yeah, this is...
Carius Kern is on his offensive line if he goes back next year, guys.
You can just add this to the list of things that the NCAA needs to address promptly, swiftly, quickly, expeditiously, however you want to slice it up, because there has to be something done about this ASAP.
Did you see Dabo Swinney kind of had like a proposal?
What do you say now?
So he was, and another issue they got to do is like the immediate eligibility and all that stuff too. But he was like, if you like graduate transfers, I don't have an issue with graduate transfers. I don't know if you guys do. Joe Burrow was a grad transfer. Like, I get a grad transfer.
Yeah, I don't have an issue.
You're also pursuing graduate school.
Right.
Like, I get it. A lot of these guys are going to the NFL. The school is secondary for them. But also, like, the whole point of like, they're student athletes still. Right now, they're still student athletes. Are you still getting a quality education at 25? Don't you already have your degree?
Yeah.
Like, if you have your degree and you're pursuing graduate school, you're still academically eligible. But now you're gonna say, all right, well, like, what is this dude studying? Does he still have his?
Let's find out. Actually,
like, what is he studying? Did he get an undergrad? Did he get a graduate degree? Like, or is it just because he was injured? we're
yeah,
gonna
yeah. I get what you're saying.
like
Yeah,
Trinidad Chambliss is studying multidimensional studies after initially majoring in business administration, but he's currently focusing his main focus is on
multi-dimensional
football.
studies.
I don't know what that means. What is multidimensional?
That means
studies?
he's not studying.
he's
That's
playing
what that
football.
means.
Multi-dimensional studies.
That's all I gotta say. I think again, people and I'm not saying these guys are coming to these schools to get degrees. I'm not stupid, but that's another factor that I think people lose sight of too.
Absolutely.
So
Multidimensional studies involve examining subjects from various perspectives, integrating multiple data types, methods, or theories for a comprehensive understanding, common in fields like data analysis, social sciences, and scientific research to uncover complex
I'm gonna
patterns.
switch my major.
and
to
So
insights
that pays
beyond
a good job.
approaches.
Yeah, that's gonna be important for post football career. But I think that's gonna do it from us today here in the John Fisher Podcast Studio. Shout out to Noah and Will for joining me today. Great talking ball with you all. As always, that's gonna do it for us, and this has been the Hodges Huddle.